Hi, I'm back. Today I will be doing just the top 10 t-shirts that I have inherited. In my last video I did the top 10 best thrifted items that I've thrifted of all time. This time I'm gonna start going into my clothing collection and picking out all these pieces that I've inherited from my parents, my brother, my cousin who used to make t-shirts. I'm gonna do an entirely separate video of cool things that my mom's made, and honestly I was looking through my stuff and I was like, I think my mom has made too much for me to even do one video of all the cool things she's made, so maybe I'll do the cool things that she made for herself starting in the 60s through like the 80s, and then she started making things for me once I was born, and so I have a bunch of stuff that she's made for me also, so maybe I'll do two separate videos. This is all future plans. And then I was going through my stuff and I was like gonna do my top 10 inherited pieces, because I have dresses from my mom, some designer pieces, I have stuff that was my grandmother's. Honestly, like, so much stuff that I realized today I'll just do the best t-shirts that I have inherited, that I didn't thrift, I didn't buy. These were all things that my parents saved, stuff from my childhood that I used to wear and now I wear again. Let's get started. Number 10, I'm doing it in somewhat descending order. My favorite ones that I'm saving for last, and my kind of least favorite or least worn things that I'm going to start talking about first. There's kind of no rhyme or reason. So number 10 is this little kid's Oakland A's shirt that says that it's from 1988. So in 88 I was 1 year old and my brother was 6, so I think that this was my brother's shirt. I actually don't remember wearing this growing up. Maybe I did when I got it as a hand-me-down from my brother. I don't really remember my brother wearing it, but I rediscovered it in a box probably in high school or maybe college, and I realized I could still wear it, and yeah, it's in really nice shape. It's soft, it fits like a baby tee. The other thing is that I'm gonna try everything on in cutaways, and I'm going to style these t-shirts with different bottoms so that it's not just me wearing a t-shirt with jeans every single time, which is basically what I would wear, but I'll try to make it a little more fun. So yes, number 10, Oakland A's, my brother's shirt. Number 9 is this white cropped boxy t-shirt that says Dawn Patrol, and then it has really beautiful images of surfers, and then it has some text. The right hand side, it says, swiftly approaching the killer surf below, the untouched faces of the monster waves just begging to be surfed. The Dawn Patrol could only wait for the free fall to end before finally getting tubed. The tag on this says Omni Silk Screening 1988, and when I found this in a box of my parents' stuff, my mom told me that my cousin Franklin made this. He lives in LA, and growing up he was a surfer, and he made one of my favorite shirts, which is number 1 in this video actually. But he used to make t-shirts, and this one is a screen printed shirt that really looks like a Raymond Pettibone. It's not drawn exactly the same way. I really like this shirt. It's cool. The only reason it's not that high up in this video is that the fit is a little bit odd, and I think in years past I just didn't wear it because it was so cropped and so boxy, but I feel like now the fit is a little more coming back in style or something, so I'm gonna try to wear this more. It was also stained when I found it recently, and I tried to get the stains out, but it is kind of like yellow right there. Number 3 is a shirt that my mom made. All of these shirts I found in boxes. My parents saved a lot of stuff. We always had a lot of storage in my old house, and they've still, since they moved to another house, saved a bunch of stuff. I think that they're pretty sentimental, and they also kept everything in really, really good shape. This shirt is like a baby rarity. It's actually an old Hanes shirt. It's French cut. I love that. French cut, I think, means with these, like, I don't know if you call this a ringer tee actually, but it has like bands around the neck and arm, and it's kind of cap sleeved. Unfortunately, I don't know what these Japanese characters mean. I don't know if my mom knows. I think I've asked her and she doesn't remember. I think maybe it's our family name, which is Kizu. Ways that I've seen Kizu drawn do not exactly look like this. I assume my mom just drew it with fabric dye by hand. But anyways, I really like that it's just red on a white shirt. If anybody knows what this says, please let me know. Unfortunately, I don't speak Japanese or read Japanese. All right, so this is number 4. This comes from the Blair part of my family. So my last name is Kizu Blair. It's hyphenated. My mom's last name was Kizu, my dad's last name was Blair, and they put them together when they got married. So this is a Blair heirloom that I think my aunt on my dad's side got this when she was in Scotland. We went to Scotland, but I was like 10 and my brother was 15 or something. So I don't think that we got this then. I think it was a shirt that my aunt sent us when we were like children. I also don't remember wearing this or my brother wearing it, but I found it in a box, and it's a commemorative t-shirt for Blair Castle in Scotland. I love the way I love wearing this. I love the way it hangs. It's so, so, so soft. I love the sleeves. I find it to be an easy to wear shirt. Also kind of commemorates my family. Okay, so this is another shirt made by Franklin. This is going to be that was number 4. This is wait, 10, 9, I don't know what I'm doing with the numbers. 10, 9, 8. I think I'm going in reverse order. I don't know what the numbers. I'll just put them up on the screen when they're coming up. This is another shirt that Franklin made. This one is a JCPenney men's t-shirt, size 36, but it is super worn out. This was from the 80s as well, I believe. This shirt is dip dyed and batiqued. It has these really beautiful dolphins on it. And then it has this great, like, aqua dip dye. And it goes all the way around the shirt. And on the back, there's fish that kind of mimic the fish on the front. Unfortunately, when I was in college, I sewed this shirt. I took it in on the sides, which isn't that big of a deal, but I didn't do a very good job, and so it kind of has this weird cinched look that's not ideal. I kind of wish I had just left it. This side actually is kind of weird. It sticks out. And I could fix it, but I never have. I don't know, everything I did in college was to make things like take them in and make them tighter. And now I kind of just wish it was like a nice loose t-shirt the way that it was before. But I still think it's a beautiful shirt. I kind of wear this in the spring and summertime. Feels a little strange to wear it in the wintertime in New York. It just makes me think of being at the beach, and that's what Franklin really liked to do, and he loved surfing, being in the beach, in the ocean. He still loves being on the ocean. He's a fisherman, and he's really good at it. And I mean, batik is something that I guess runs in our family, and like I said in my last video, my mom and her sister used to batik fabric and sell it flea markets in Los Angeles. They had a little business. It wasn't, I don't know if it even had a name, but they would batik fabric, sew beautiful dresses. This was in the 60s and 70s, and so obviously that skill got passed down to Franklin, whose mother is my mom's sister, who also did the batiking. All right, now we're getting into the 5 best shirts from this video, and it was really hard for me to pick an order, but I'm just gonna go for it. This is my brother's old My Neighbor Totoro shirt. I remember this shirt. It's kind of big, so it's an adult medium. I also pretty much stopped washing it, so it became like this yellowy cream color, but it definitely was a white shirt when it was new. And I remember this store in either Berkeley or San Francisco that it was a Japanese store that sold I think DVDs, not DVDs, there weren't DVDs, videotapes of different anime movies, and then they had all of this My Neighbor Totoro merchandise. Back when it was harder to get this stuff, I mean, the Bay Area was the perfect place to be Japanese American, to grow up with all the Miyazaki movies coming out in the 90s. But I had a little My Neighbor Totoro purse that I was obsessed with, and if I find it when I go back home to my parents' house, I'll make a video just solely devoted to that purse because it's really cool. It's like a stuffed animal purse. This shirt my brother used to wear all the time. I mean, back when wearing oversized shirts for boys in the 90s was really, really in. I guess girls too. And I just think it's so lovely. I rediscovered this about 7 or 8 years ago, and I've kind of stopped wearing it at this point. I wore it a lot when I rediscovered it, but I really don't want it to get any more holes in it than it already has. It has some holes in the armpit. It's just wearing out, and it's at that crucial point, there's holes in the neckline. The whole neck is worn out. It's at that point where I know it's gonna start really disintegrating if I still wear it, so I just kind of keep it as a beautiful object and wear it when I feel like I need an extra jolt of beauty in my outfit. This is a shirt that, on the same vein, I just don't wear anymore. It's way too worn out. This is also a shirt that my mom made for my dad when they were dating before they got married. So my dad is from Detroit, so he's not European. His ancestors are from Scotland. But for whatever reason, he was obsessed with Germany. I think it was from a trip that he took in the 70s to Europe, where he backpacked around Europe with his friend and alone, and he went to Germany for sure. So I think he just had a thing about like the German aesthetics and the German flag, and I don't know. He doesn't speak German. We didn't go to Germany when I was growing up. He's not German. But anyways, so when my parents were dating, my mom made him this shirt, and it has these zip pockets that open up. I honestly, this is probably the last time I'm gonna unzip these zips because they're so worn out. But inside, imagine that this light gray color is black, because that's what it was originally, is the German flag. And yeah, I can't believe that this shirt was a new black t-shirt when my mom first made this. But it's really worn out. I love the color that it turned. It's kind of like almost lavender, like mauve. It's a really nice kind of slim fitting t-shirt. When I like inherited this shirt, or whenever I took it from California to New York, I did wear it for a good period of time, but I just, in the past couple of years, had to stop wearing it. But I do think it's one of the coolest things. Plus, it's really cool that my mom made it for my dad even before they got married. I think that's the story. Maybe she made it for him after they got married, but I kind of like the when they were dating story better. I think it's just a very sentimental family heirloom. It was hard not putting this in first place, because this shirt, when I actually just recently kind of rediscovered it in a box, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I haven't been wearing this. But because I haven't been wearing it and I just discovered it, it's in really good shape and it doesn't have holes. It is this 90s Akira shirt. That was my brother's. He used to have a giant Akira poster on his wall. I don't know what happened to that, but he was obsessed with this when we were growing up. It was a little too scary for me. My brother is like 4.5 years older than me, so I didn't share his love of the movie, but I definitely grew up with the aesthetic. And the back says Akira. My friend who reads Japanese told me it just says Akira. I love that it says Neo Tokyo is about to explode. This is an extra large. Again, my brother used to wear things really oversized, and now coming back to it being oversized is awesome. I haven't been wearing this that much because, again, I'm like a little bit protective about it, but I do wear it when I'm going out to a special occasion and I want to feel good, or I wear it sometimes at home when I need some kind of reminder of home, where I grew up. It feels like really nice to wear. It's also from 1988. It says 1988, the Akira Committee under license from Kodansha Limited, Tokyo to Fashion Victim Limited. So this is like proving its validity. It's not bootleg. This is the real deal. These shirts go for a lot of money online, but I would never sell it. It's so cool. And when I was bartending, I didn't really wear it to work. I think I wore it to work like once, but I just don't want to ruin it. Such a nice shirt. So it was hard not to put that in number one, but I have two more shirts that are beautiful and brilliant. So this is number 2. Again, this shirt is very, very, very special. It says Modern Mannschaft. Again, it is falling apart and I can't wear it anymore, which is such a shame. This shirt is from an adult soccer team that my mom and my dad were on, probably when my brother and I were young, or maybe before we were born. But so my dad's obsession with Germany carried over to the fact that their soccer team was called Modern Mannschaft, which means team in German. And my mom and my dad designed and printed these shirts for the soccer team. So they are soccer style shirts. A cream colored shirt with like a gray stripe down the arm, and then that like V-neck with gray. And this is number 2, which also just so happens to be my lucky number. I think in high school I realized that we had these shirts stashed away somewhere. I think my brother found one of them and was wearing it at college when I was still in high school. There were 2 of these same exact shirts. This is the tag, by the way. And my brother gave one of the shirts to his ex-girlfriend, which I think is a damn shame because it's really cool and total family heirloom, but what can you do? At some point, my mom, I had a sewing room in our old house, and I looked into the sewing room and I saw that my mom had cut this shirt apart and saved the Modern Mannschaft and the number on the back, and it wasn't as worn out as it is now. And I kind of got mad at her and I was like, I want to wear that shirt, but you cut it apart, and now there's like a giant, like I like the shirt as it is. Maybe it was in my own clothing collection and I had put it in the laundry and my mom took it out of the laundry and cut it up, but she was like, oh, I just thought that it was falling apart, so I wanted to save the part that was important, but I wanted the shirt. And so for Christmas that year, my mom sewed the shirt back together for me. Oh, I guess she had cut off the sleeve too. So then she made this like Frankenstein hand sewn psycho shirt that was super cool, and I was really happy. She sewed the number back on, hand stitched the Modern Mannschaft back on, and then she did a little like decorative stitching around the image, and I was really, really psyched to receive that. It was in better condition than it is now, and I wore that a lot. I believe that was when I was in college, because I wore this a lot in college. And now, I guess I could cut it apart, but now it's so cool that she sewed it back together, and I just love it as an object. It's so beautiful. The light is going, it's gonna thunderstorm, so I'm just gonna do my last one. This is number 1. This is another shirt that Franklin made. It is hand batiqued, hand dyed. Such a beautiful, beautiful shirt, and it's like paper thin at this point. It's the same kind of shirt as the dolphin one. I think he made these at the same time. This one, luckily, I didn't sew when I was a psychopath in college, and it is just such a beautiful, lovely like work of art. And I wish that Franklin would batik shirts again. He really is an artist. Honestly, this is just so beautiful, and the fact that it's like an island scene from Hawaii or wherever, the tropical island scene, just makes me feel so happy and calm and at home. I just think it's lovely. So this is another shirt that I should probably frame because it's a work of art. Like I was saying in my last video, I've never framed a t-shirt. It's just so lovely. I wish there was like a better way or some kind of standardized way of displaying your beautiful old t-shirts. I guess there probably is and I just don't know about it. So that's it. Stay tuned for another video videos where I go through all the cool things that my mom has made. I've started batiking and I made a bunch of stuff. I was thinking about doing a video showing what I have made. I'm just kind of trying to stay busy. I hope that everybody out there is doing well. Thank you so much for watching this video if you watched it. Talk to you soon. Bye.